November 21st, 2023. If you would please silence your electronic devices. Please stand for the prayer by our planning director, Mr. Scott Ankerson, and the pledge by Councilman George.
Heavenly Father, we bow before you tonight. We're reminded, Lord, that we're in a season of thanks, and we give you thanks, Father. We thank you for our many blessings, God. We thank you for our comforts, God. We thank you for the illnesses that we don't have in our bodies, God. We thank you for so many things, Father. We never want to take that for granted. We thank you mostly for your Son, Jesus Christ, Lord, and his sacrifice on Calvary's cross for our sins. And in his name we pray these things. Amen.
Amen. Please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any changes to the agenda, Ms. Yancey?
Yes, I just need to add the announcements that city offices will be closed Thursday, November 23rd, and Friday, November 24th for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Thank you. And also, I would like to add number 4, that the Gautier Gators will play in the South State Championship Friday night in Laurel at 7 p.m. And we would love to see all of you there if you're able to make it with your blue and gold on. Okay. Do we have approval of the agenda order of approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Gilat. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman George. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Also, Councilman Elbin is not here today. He's out with his family celebrating the Thanksgiving holidays out of town. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they travel to and from home. That brings us to our announcements by Ms. Yancey.
Yes, city offices will be closed this Thursday and Friday in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. The Gautier Gators will play in the playoffs Friday night in Laurel, Mississippi at 7 p.m. Gautier Rotary Club will host the 25th Annual Rotary Christmas Parade on Saturday, December 2nd at 12 p.m. Following that, the City of Gautier's annual Lights and Lanyap on the Bayou will be December 2nd, starting at 1 p.m. at the former Senator Vermont property.
Thank you, Ms. Yancey. That brings us to our presentation agenda. And the Gautier Mullet and Music Festival Committee will be presenting the frame-winning artwork. If Mr. Ward, the chairman, and all other volunteers of the Mullet Festival will please come to the front, and we will let Mr. Ward say a few things.
I have to say something? Well, there's not much I'm gonna say, but, well, we're part of the planning committee, and we would like to present this to the city of Gautier, because of course, you know, we're just a planning committee, a nonprofit, we're not part of the city. So the festival is put on by a group of us, and we work along with the city, and they're very helpful in everything that they do. And we would just like to present this winning artwork this year to the city. It's for their 33rd annual Mullet Festival, it's 33 fish. So that was our art this year.
All right.
Thank you. Let's give the Mullet Fest committee. The council members to stand up, and Ms. Yancey, is Ms. Bilbo here?
Close and personal.
And also the Mullet Fest committee has the shirts from the Mullet Fest with the artwork on it for sale at the Garden House Brew Coffee on Highway 90 next to Harbor Freight. So go buy a shirt. They also, do they have any other posters?
No, but we can get posters.
If you want a poster, please let them know, or Mullet Fest has a Facebook page you can message and they'll be glad to get you one. Thank you. Thank y'all. We're grateful for y'all and your volunteerism in the city. And I have to say, it was well attended. The weather was beautiful. And I have to say, it's one of the best we've had in the last few years. So thank you for your volunteerism. That brings us to our business agenda. Business item number 1, resolution approving the sponsorship of Goshen Rotary Christmas Parade to be held December the 2nd, 2023 by Ms. Yancey.
Yes, this is just the normal sponsorship that we do every year for the Goshen Christmas Parade.
Thank you, Ms. Yancey. Do we have any public comments on business agenda item number 1? Do we have a motion by council to approve the sponsorship of Goshen Rotary Club Christmas Parade to be held on December 2nd, 2023?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Anderson. Any discussion, starting with Councilman Anderson?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Any?
Hope to see everyone out there. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Councilman College?
No comments.
Councilman Gilat?
No comment.
Councilman Jackson?
No comment.
Councilman George?
No comment.
We have a motion by Councilman College, a second by Councilman Anderson. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to business agenda item number 2, resolution approving closure of roads and traffic control measures for the Goshen Rotary Christmas Parade by Ms. Yancey.
Yes, this just closes the roads necessary for the parade route and provides traffic control measures for the parade.
Thank you, Ms. Yancey. Any citizen public comments on business agenda item number 2? Do we have a motion by council to approve closure of roads and traffic control measures for the Goshen Rotary Christmas Parade?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilat. Any discussion, starting with Councilman Anderson?
No discussion?
Councilman College?
No comment.
Councilman Gilat?
No.
Councilman Jackson? Councilman George?
No discussion.
We got a motion by Councilman College, a second by Councilman Gilat. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to business agenda item number 3, consideration of a special exemption that would allow occupancy of an existing single-family dwelling in a C2 Community Commercial Zoning District, GPC number 22-33-SC by Planning Director Mr. Scott Ankerson.
Thank you, Mayor. The planning department has received this request from Michael Paget II, the special exception that would allow the occupancy of an existing single-family dwelling. The application fee of $250 was paid on October 13, 2023, and all public notice requirements have been met. The background on this property has an existing special exception, which was approved by council previously for this home on this property, as it is a C2 commercial district. The existing house is approximately 936 square feet. The lot size is 1.85 acres. Of course, there is potable water, wastewater services available. The situation is that this home owned by a family member that has passed away and is being transferred to another family member's name. As y'all know, a special exception does not run with the land, it goes with the owner, so they're requesting to basically renew this special exception to reoccupy the home. So I've included the review criteria from section 416.4 of the Unified Development Ordinance and the definition of hardship to review. The Planning Commission recommends the approval of the special exception as presented based on the fact that all relevant criteria have been met. So City Council may approve the special exception, approve the special exception with changes, or deny the special exception. I've included the excerpt from the meeting from GPC 11/2/23 and the complete packet of the application for your review. And the applicant is here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Ankerson. Do we have any public comments on business agenda item number 3? Do we have a motion of council to accept the recommendation and approve of the Planning Commission and approve the special exception that would allow the occupancy of an existing single-family dwelling in a C2 Community Commercial Zoning District located at 3525 Old Spanish Trail, PID number 824-34033.000.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman George. Any discussion? Starting with Councilman Anderson.
No discussion?
Councilman College.
No comment.
Councilman Gilat.
No comment.
Councilman Jackson.
No comment.
Councilman George.
No discussion.
We have a motion by Councilman College, second by Councilman George. All in favor? Motion carries. Congratulations. Business agenda item number 4, consideration for an abatement at 1639 Lima Drive, Goshen, Mississippi by Planning Director Mr. Scott Ankerson.
Sir, Mayor, this is staff's recommendation to Bush Hall and secure this unsafe and blighted property at 1639 Lima Drive. This property's been abandoned and neglected since 2018. There have been multiple illegal dumpings of trash and debris on the property. Some of the grass on the property is over 7 feet tall. It's really a blighted property. Code enforcement made all efforts to mitigate the situation up until this point. There have been letters sent to the mortgage company, which the property has now reverted back to. We contacted the previous owner. He has no interest in the property anymore. The staff recommends the city council approve this abatement, assess an administrative fee, and have the property cut and secured after the 10-day statutory appeal period and the date of this adjournment. I've included your photos and the code case history. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Ankerson. Do we have any public comments on business agenda item number 3?
It's 4, right?
I mean 4, I'm sorry. No. Do we have a motion by council to consider the abatement at 1639 Lima Drive, Gautier, Mississippi? And when you do, please include the fees if you're going to have any, and how to assess the fees or collect them.
I make a motion, we consider the abatement of 1639 Lima Drive, Gautier, Mississippi, and assess a penalty of either $1,500, 50% of the abatement, whichever is more, to be placed as a lien on the property.
And how to collect as a lien.
Lien on the property.
Okay, we got a motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman George. Any discussion? Starting with Councilman Anderson.
No discussion.
Councilman College.
This property has been one of the several blighted properties in the area, and glad it's finally being addressed.
Thank you. Councilman Gulad.
Are we gonna just clear this property, or are we actually gonna wipe out the trailer that's there?
No, so we're just asking to secure the property. There is I think the front door is open, so we're going to secure it, we're going to cut the property. The inside of this structure is actually in pretty good shape.
Is it?
Kind of surprising that they're just letting it sit, but.
What about when we clean, are we gonna take that dilapidated porch off the front or back of it, wherever it is?
We hadn't planned on taking anything, removing anything, just securing.
Just
the
clearing the
building.
property?
And at a later date, if we feel like it's to the point to where we need to move forward with, stronger abatement.
This thing is owned by some mortgage company, isn't it?
That's the information that our code enforcement officer.
And you haven't heard anything from them?
We've tried to contact them multiple times, so we
Yeah.
don't know if maybe they've sold off this, particular property to another mortgage company, or we just contacted, we know to contact through the Jackson County tax assessor's information, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Councilman Jackson.
No comment.
Councilman George.
No discussion.
We have a motion by Councilman College, a second by Councilman George. All in favor? Motion carry. I want to thank the planning department and their staff. We are cleaning up blighted property where illegal activity happens, and we are on the move for beautification, attracts economic development, and people to live here. That brings us to business agenda item number 5. Request for portion of Gulf Haven Drive to be vacated by our city attorney, Mr. Daniels.
Yes, Mayor. The city was contacted by the owner of the 3 surrounding properties of a portion of Gulf Haven Drive that was never paved, never developed. And she has requested that road be vacated east of Albacore. And so statutory process requires her to petition the city, which she has done. And if the city grants, council grants it, the underlying property, she'll be able to use it to build on, or to build here. So that is her request.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Do we have any public comments on business agenda item number 5? Do we have a motion by council to approve portion of Gulf Haven to be vacated?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman George. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman College. Any discussion? Start with Councilman Anderson.
Oh, yes, is this the little section of road that kind of follows the Gulf, the Sound?
It is.
And in other words, the two roads would wind up being dead-end roads?
It's almost like a circle, how
Right.
it goes around.
Right. And the big tree in the middle down there?
Tree in the middle, yes. But off of that circle is this little,
Spur almost,
yeah.
Okay,
20 feet, yeah, and goes nowhere.
I see. Okay, that's all
And
right.
as he said, it's not big.
Yeah. And y'all own all the properties?
Yes, we own to the north, to the west, and to the south.
And to the south, okay. Okay, that's all I got.
Councilman College?
This isn't gonna impact any services as far as garbage trucks turning around or anything of that
No.
nature?
No, nobody goes on.
Okay, I just wanna make sure, because it looks like on the plat here, it shows a hammerhead kind of deal, I just wanna make sure, so. All right, so if it doesn't impact our public utilities as far
Not
as
at
being
all.
a big, all right, that's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman College. Councilman Gilat?
No comment.
Councilman Jackson?
Yeah, this, what is it, imaginary road or is this grass there? 'Cause they have them, you know, out
Yes,
on the
it's-
map, so,
it's kind of imaginary, yeah.
so it's just basically grass there right now.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
It's a platted road that was never built.
Right, I got it, that's why.
It's a dirt road where we used to park and walk down the beach and flounder years ago.
Okay, I got it now. I got you. All right, no.
Councilman George?
No comment.
We have a motion by Councilman George, a second by Councilman College. All in favor? Motion carries. And Mr. and Ms. Prater, y'all want to say something real fast?
We just wanted to thank the board for helping us with this. Also, City Manager Paula Yancey was great in giving us guidance at the beginning, and greatly appreciate City Attorney Josh Dennis, who really guided us through the whole process and helped us with everything. And then finally, Mayor Casey Vaughn, who helped advise us on how the meeting would go. So we're appreciative of all of you.
Thank y'all so much for coming.
And we
We're
also love the city and the people, wonderful place.
wonderful. Thank you for your positive comments. That brings us to our business agenda item number 6, approval of the docket of claims. They've already been presented to us by our city clerk, Ms. Montgomery. They were online, so that is the presentation from the clerk. Do we have any public comments on approval of the docket of claims, business agenda item number 6? Do we have a motion by council?
I make a motion, we approve the docket of claims, provided that all entries thereon are true, correct, properly entered, and not fraudulent.
We have a motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Anderson. Any discussion, starting with Councilman Anderson?
No discussion.
Councilman College?
No comments.
Councilman Gilat?
No comment.
Councilman Jackson?
No comment.
Councilman George?
No discussion.
All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to our chief. Do you have the sign-in sheet? Oh, they're bringing it. Okay.
The minute.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Consent agenda item number 1, they're approved in one motion. We only have one item. So do we have a motion to approve the minutes from the regular council meeting held November 7th, 2023? Thank you, Chief.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilat. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to our study agenda. Citizen comments. Councilman College will hold up. You have 3 minutes. When you get to 1 minute, Councilman College will hold up a number 1. And then when your time is up, he will tell me if you're not done, and I will tell you your time is up. And we thank you for coming, and you can contact us. We'll be glad to help you after your comments. You come to the podium, state your first and last name and address. The first up is Scott Dell.
Hi, y'all doing? Scott Dock, 8307 Exchange Street. Seeing recent posts on in Facebook, there's a talk of the town of Goshen. A lot of people are putting comments in there about their water bills being astronomically high, astronomically amount of gallons used. And I'm just wondering if anything's being done, look into it. I know, Mr. Glau, you helped me out in a way, but
I'm college.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can't read. But the last bill we got, my bill showed I don't exactly remember the amount of numbers, but I went out and took a picture of the water meter, and it was about a $1,200 or 1,200 gallon difference. And it was in my favor. So we went back, we went over there, and we had it adjusted. But a lot of people are putting comments in there that, you know, their bill's a couple $100 higher than normal. Some people are saying their usage is 25,000 gallons. That's astronomical. I mean, my kid's swimming pool in the backyard was only 5,000. Now, 5 of those pools, that's a lot of water, and I don't think anybody in Goshen would use that much water in 1 month. Other comments in there are saying that people are not having their bill or their meters read monthly. Why aren't we reading them monthly? I have to pay my bill monthly. I have an accurate bill. So I'm just wondering if anybody's looked into this to help out the citizens here of Goshen. I mean, economic times is pretty tough right now. People can't afford to be paying $300. And then they're also being told, well, you must have a leak. Not all these people can have leaks. We're in a drought. Grass would be green if all these people had leaks. So, and then they're also being charged saying that they're going to be charged $30 to have their meter reread. If there's something wrong with the way they read the meters, this needs to be addressed also. I'm just wondering if any of you is going to look into this and see what's happening.
What I would suggest is, I mean, and I've been on social media dealing with this a lot, as you know that, is do as you did, and same with Ms. Robinson today, is have your bill, check your reader. I mean, we're not perfect. We got ready to read meters, and then if they're not working right, then we do a reread with manually. Is provide that information to me or to the city directly, and they will make those adjustments and they'll check the meter and see, and they actually have the rated rate. So they go out there and that thing's ticking. When they got all the water off, there's a leak somewhere. So, I mean, we're trying to do our due diligence. Are there errors? Yes. And we're trying to correct those errors as we come across them, just as when you contacted me and Ms. Robinson and others and so forth. So we're working towards it. We're trying our best to get it there. And I think, I hate to use the word keyboard warriors, but, you know, there's a lot of people that chime in on things that, you know, may not necessarily be accurate.
But
Councilman Coach, are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Scott, you know, once again, the media group, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunately that today's world has resorted to let's report our problem on a site not managed by the city of Goshen. The staff do not monitor that site. Sometimes they're able to tag certain elected officials. Some of us aren't a member of those sites due to too much negativity that's fake news.
True.
So a lot of people who are commenting on that, we have discovered when I'm screenshot them and sent to myself, sent to Councilman College, sent to any councilman, we immediately send it to the staff. Well, just going by Facebook, we don't know their address. We don't know their phone number unless we personally know them. We have to go try to search all the accounts to try to see who they are or where they might be. Their account might be in their mom or dad's name that's been deceased 20 years. I mean, unfortunately, we cannot use social media. Now, do we maybe have an issue somewhere and some stuff going on? Yes. Or is the city manager not working with her staff to resolve it? Yes. Do we have...
She is working with her.
I mean, she is working with her staff. But I want to encourage every citizen in here, if you have a problem with your water bill, before, and to the ones watching on Facebook Live, please contact the first step, the utility department. If you don't get the answers or results, or you're not treated properly, or you don't feel you are, contact the city manager's office. If you don't get the response from that office, then contact your elected officials, your ward councilman, your councilman at large, and myself. You have 3 people on this board to contact before you actually go to resort to your social media post. Because a lot of things on those posts have been resolved, but nobody comes back and thanks the staff after they made those comments. We also cannot communicate about people's personal accounts on Facebook. We can't talk about their personal accounts. But a lot of people making comments have late bills, cutoff fees, reconnect fees, and all that will also cause a bill to raise. So you're looking at multiple factors, different people, different accounts. Everybody has an issue differently. They're not all the same. So I encourage you, like you did, Scott, reach out. We'll be glad to help anybody.
There's one last thing to say. To everybody watching this, if you do have a problem and you go to the water department, be polite.
Amen.
I mean, instead of going there half-cocked.
Amen. Don't kick dirt in their face, because if you kick dirt in their face, you're gonna find yourself across the river.
Appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. Next, thank you, Scott, for your positive comments at the end, encouraging to citizens. We appreciate it. 2, Ellen Malone. Miss Malone. Okay.
Okay. I'm Ellen Malone. I live at 1313 Hickory Hill Drive, and I have a zoning issue, which I think was pretty much is going to be resolved one way or the other. But I just want to encourage people, we live in a place where they have rezoned something C commercial 2, but it's directly across from all of our property line. And so if they did build a gas station or something, you know, heaven forbid they do that, it would affect us and all the neighbors in the houses on either side of them. So I just want to encourage people when this kind of thing happens, because we, you know, scratched our head and everything for about a month, thinking, what are we going to do, what are we going to do, this is commercial property now. So do something about it. Go to zoning. See if your councilman will initiate a rezoning. We didn't know that. We just, you know, squirmed and everything about that. I understand that the laws have to do with, their state laws basically. Maybe there's some state laws that need to be looked at. And I know you don't necessarily do, but maybe we need to advocate to get some of the things regarding zoning changed. Because how can you say if something's vacant for 180 days, it reverts to commercial? Now, I don't know if it happens on city streets itself or just on places like Martin Bluff or Highway 90. And so, you know, you could let us know that. But if it does, if it can happen anywhere, that's not a good thing. Also, I think my husband, he was gonna talk about zoning too, but spot zoning, you know, should there be spot zoning? Probably not, there should be natural boundaries. And I'm looking forward to start working with us and the city attorney, which he said he got to work with about this, to either resolve it in our favor or to at least do what they can do about it. And the other thing, one last thing, the young lady that knocked the fire hydrant down about 6 months ago, we've been waiting for that fire hydrant that's on Martin Bluff, that's right across, again, from our property, by Hickory Hill. And I understood it was on back order. And so I don't know what's happened with that, but.
We're still waiting on it.
Were they making that, over in China or something? Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Malone.
Okay.
Ocean Springs.
We will be
got a bunch of
glad
buildings.
to
Don't get one
work
for
with
them.
you on your zoning issue.
Thank you very much.
And you are exactly correct, spot zoning is illegal.
Yeah.
And we know well aware about it. Mr. Walter Malone is next.
On the fire hydrant.
State your name and address, Mr. Malone, you want
Walk along, same address
to?
Does he have to come up there?
Just that he's fine,
On
because
the
he's,
fire hydrant, there's no way for a fire truck to hook up in our area if there's a fire. Now, this thing's been missing for months. Some girl came around the corner, cleaned, knocked the thing clean off it. They came out and removed it. She should have to pay for it, and there should be a new one. But we got a whole Hickory Hill is a populated area. We live on Hickory, right on the corner of Hickory Hill Drive and Martin Bluff. And all those houses down there have no water if there's a fire. In fact, for 2 streets, our street, the street behind us, and the street in front of us, there's no fire hydrant at the end of the street.
The city does not stock any fire hydrants?
let's wait till he's done so we don't take his time away. You're finished, Mr. Malone? Okay. Ms. Yancey, you or Ms. Morgan want to give an update on the fire hydrant?
I know that it's still on back order, we're still waiting for it, and I can't remember the exact reason why we can't put, there's a reason we can't put a new one there. I don't know if it's because of what's underneath there, because they're very old hydrants, so that in order to get the parts
sit properly on top of them, everything's backward. But I was talking HO just now to see if there's any possibility that they can near there, maybe tap into the system and possibly put a new hydrant.
Or redo it, or find another company or something.
We should be able to have an adapter
Okay.
to go into that pipe that's coming off the main and then do a new riser if we gotta go
Right.
that route with thrust blocks and stuff, so.
Okay. Mr. Malone, you heard, we're gonna work with our new public works service provider, H2O, and see what we can do to get it resolved.
Jerry rigged something, you have to.
Okay. Okay. Miss Della Moore. And for the record, Mr. Malone's address is 1313 Hickory Hill Drive. Go ahead, Miss Moore.
1820 Westgate Parkway. Every time I come up here, I have one thing to say. Rusty Anderson Post. I told you, if someone hacked your account, you can file criminal charges against that person. And the question is, you have not done that. So if someone do anything wrong to me, I'm gonna file a complaint. I'm gonna get Goshen Finance to do something about it. But yet you won't do it. So the question is why? When you address other issues, you never address my question. Why haven't you filed a complaint that someone hacked your account? Those derogatory statements that you're supposed to have made is a blemish to Goshen. Now, file a report, and I won't be asking you the same thing every time I come here. Because if you're not filing a report, that means you must be lying about something. I don't know. Prove yourself. File that report with the police department. Prove that someone hacked your page.
Number 7, Mr. Charles Moore. I mean 6, sorry.
My name is Charles Moore, and I live in 1820 Westgate Parkway. We still asking Rusty Anderson to resign for the remark he made. And that's the issue that's been up there, especially for African Americans, for him to say something like that, that is bad. That is really bad. And he needs to resign. And I think all y'all other councilmen and the mayor need to address that to him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Numbers, Michael, is it Dale? Michael Dale.
Here to speak about water bills.
State your address, Mr. Dale. Just state your address for the record.
2421 Southern Drive.
Okay, go. You can.
Okay. Everybody at the water company's been nice, everything, nobody's been rude. But, I have seen other people's water bills, and they're a bit like mine, almost double. And, I thought, we got most of it straightened out, I believe, at the water company, as far as my account, but there's other people. And y'all say y'all only raised it $11, but the bill, increased the bill $11, correct? And, but there are people, in times of inflation, I'm not one of them, but times of inflation, that are just barely making a buggy of groceries, a small buggy, or even a basket, can cost you over $100. And there are elderly and handicapped people that $11 is more than a meal, You can't even buy a pack of hamburgers for less than $10. But, y'all really need to look into it, because I'm not social media. My bill doubled. Y'all blame it on social media. I'm a real person. These are a real person I'm talking about. These are my neighbors. They're 80 and 90 years old. And the increase of $11 during the inflation don't sound like a lot to us. But to the person that is barely making their own Social Security, it is a choice between a meal. And
You need to start thinking about that before you do rate increases during inflation, because everything's gone up. There was extra. Y'all don't have anything to do with it, I hope. But even the electric company had a big hike that people cannot afford. You know, they say, don't be shocked, but there's gonna be sticker shock on your bill. When I paid my bill, then last month I went and paid it, there was sticker shock. You know? And they don't tell you where that sticker shock come from. Just, but this next bill was a little bit lower, but that one bill, boom, and they told everybody that. Just think about, you know, any slight increase, how's it gonna affect it? Not the person that's able to get out there and work every day, but the person that can't. Because even the small bill, you know, you probably got somebody that.
Mr. Dale, your 3 minutes is up.
Okay.
Thank you for speaking.
Can I respond?
I want to respond to him. Mr. Dale, I want to tell you, we had a rate study done by an engineering firm. The rate study is on our website. It was shared on our social media. If you're not on that, we have a copy here at City Hall.
Facebook.
No, you
I don't
can,
need Facebook.
no, we got a website that www.gochay-ms.gov. It's on there, but we also have a hard copy you can come view at City Hall during their hours. And literally, the engineering firm, the rate study, was a higher increase recommendation than what we did. Thanks to our comptroller using conservative numbers, we did it based on that. And unfortunately, we all pay water here. We don't get, as elected officials, free water. Hold on, Mr. Dale. You've already commented.
1 second to respond.
Okay.
And it won't take long.
I will. And also, as you stated in your comment, the cost of everything has gone up. We have, the enterprise fund by state statute has to fund itself. So it's got to be able to pay for all the repairs, all the treatment, and all that. So just like you stated, everything's gone up. So the pricing to repair any of that has gone drastically up. So that's why we had to do the rate increase, and we did it the very minimum.
Yeah.
And we all pay it too, and I feel sorry, and I hate it happened, but.
What I'm trying to say is, you got all these big engineering firms and everything doing all this Chinese mathematics and algebra and stuff like that. But algebra I know is, you know, they say pi equals square. I say pi around cornbread square, and you're taking a too big piece.
Okay. Well, we did what our recommendations, Mr. Dale, your 3 minutes is up. Mr. Dale, your 3 minutes is up.
Corporations and city governments, local governments, and federal governments.
Mr. Dale,
grab a little bit more.
your 3 minutes is up.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
know, but your 3 minutes is up.
All right.
Thank you. Mr. Councilman College, you want to respond?
I was just like, you nailed it on the head. Everything is going up. So the cost of materials, labor,
Right.
gas, fuel, everything. So we did our best to minimize the impact of it, but it was all said and done.
Okay, Mr. Billy Booth.
Bill Booth, 1405 Hillcrest Street. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. As we come up on this Thanksgiving holiday, there's much for us to be grateful for.
Hold on, Mr. Booth. Mr. Dale. We don't have no talking when other citizens are speaking. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Booth.
Among the many things I'm thankful for, I am thankful for our mayor, our council, our city staff, for all your personal sacrifices that you do day after day in order to make Goshen an enjoyable, safe, and prosperous city. I'm especially grateful for those who serve us with a servant heart. So I just really want to say thank you for all that you do, because when you work in here, you're away from your family and things of that nature. But I do also stand to remind us that Councilman Anderson has yet to prove that his Facebook page was hacked with the racial Facebook posts. And I stand to report that Councilman Anderson still has not contacted me, as he publicly said he would do, concerning this racial Facebook post. So with that being said, I just pray that we all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Mr. Booth. That brings us to council comments. It's the second meeting of the month. We start with Councilman Elvin is absent, so we'll go to Councilman Anderson.
I just want to wish everyone a happy and a blessed Thanksgiving and be safe if you travel, and God bless.
Thank you. Councilman College.
Same, happy Thanksgiving to all, and hope everybody has a great long weekend. That's all I have.
Thank you.
But at the same time, let's keep all our first responders in our prayers, because they will be working while we're enjoying our feast.
Thank you. Councilman Gilat.
It always says, history says during the holidays that everybody partakes of great meals, wonderful family outings and everything. And statistics say we all gain about 5 to 8 pounds during this period. I know it happens to me, so I would like for y'all to all think about that, and hopefully you have a happy holiday and don't eat too much.
Hey, I'm running a half marathon Saturday to burn that off. You want to hear me?
Thank you, Councilman Gilat. Councilman Jackson.
Yes. I got one about the water meter. So we charge $30 for a recheck of the water meter. One of the gentlemen just was saying, and I didn't know we was charging that, like $30 for a recheck.
Yes, sir, that is on the fee schedule. However, if they go out and the water meter has been read correctly and that is the correct number, or it's incorrect and there's something wrong, we do not charge that fee.
Okay.
If the number is correct, then yes, there is a $30 fee. Now, they can wait till their next reading for us to come out and read it, and we'll call them back with that there's no charge for that.
Okay. So, like, they bill high, because we occur this a lot. If they bill high, it's like a gamble for them. You either take a chance of losing $30, or you take a chance of getting your bill reduced.
A lot of people will go out and read it themselves and call us back with the reading.
Okay.
Or if it's somebody who's elderly or disabled, we'll go out and reread it for them without any type of a fee. But if it's somebody that's able to get out there and can get out there and read it and send us a picture or call us back with the reading, then based on that, we can say, okay, it's in line with what was reported, or we will go out and at that point reread with no fee.
Okay. All right, thank you on that. So I was listening to the gentleman when he was speaking about the, and I'm trying to be brief because I know everybody ready to go. I was thinking about how he said things are going up. And some years back, I was saying that we need to do a think tank where we create ideas that can improve the city, things that are not as usual city business, how they normally do other cities. Because you can't follow other cities and actually think that something's going to change in your city if you follow the duplicate of another city. You have to be creative and come up with something that's that will redesign and improve your city instead of just saying, hey, we just gonna follow what another city is doing. So I'm just throwing that suggestion out again. We just have to really start putting our nuggets together to try to figure out a way to really reduce the cost, because as the costs increase, what would draw attention to our city is the lower rates and things like that, lower taxes and so forth. That's what people draw to the city of Goshen, is that they can get a home at a cheaper rate than they can in other cities. And that's what makes people want to build in our community. So, just something to think about, that we have to be more creative and find ways like this. And the best way to do it is have a think tank and start thinking of ways to be more creative. And I want to thank all those that come to the city council meeting. Hope you have a blessed holiday. I want to thank Delamore and also Reverend Booth and Mr. Charles Moore for your consistency of your support and trying to get a change in our city for something that is inclusive of everyone. I don't want you to feel like you're being a nuisance or anything. You're being a great service to your city because you see things in your city that you want to see change to make your city a better place. And it's a hurtful thing, so it's pain within this, and I just want everybody to understand before they jump to conclusion of how they present themselves. That's pretty much it. That's all I have on mine. That's it. No other comments.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman George?
I have no comment. I think everybody pretty much covered it.
Thank you.
Don't eat too much.
I want to, no, it's not 1 minute because it's not 7:30 and we get paid as elected officials to come to these meetings and they're in a hurry to get out. They should be wanting to hear the positive. Number one, I want to thank the City of Ocean Springs Parks and Rec Department for hosting a wonderful Super Bowl for our youth football league that we partner with our coastal cities with in Jackson County. It was a great time this past Saturday. Unfortunately, as mayor, you can't be everywhere, so I had to decline participating in a gumbo contest in another city so I could attend to be with our youth. And I felt like that was the most important thing for me to do, to be there for our children. To be there for them and see the pride on their face, the winning team, to see the sadness, they're all winners, but one team has to lose, and see those young boys so heartbroken and torn was the hard part of it. But our recreation department, Chastity and her staff, went above and beyond. The Ocean Springs band that ran the concession stand worked with us to provide water at a discounted rate to our employees, sponsored by Mayor Vaughn, and I was delighted to partner with them. It was just a great, fun-filled day, and I thank everybody who was there and supported our youth. No, there was no cussing, no arguing with parents. It was just a great day. So if you missed it, come next year. I, as you know, was in the first graduating class at Gautier High School. I fought for a bond issue, not one time, but twice, with other classmates, with other parents of my friends. And on the second trial, we were successful. We finally got a high school. We finally got a football team and athletics in Gautier that we should be proud of. Not just our football, our cheerleaders, our band, our ROTC, our Beta, any organization at the high school that has our youth, you should be proud of. They are making state recognition in Gautier. As I said earlier, they have 2 years back-to-back school history made it to the South State Championship game. So this coming Friday, I encourage you, if you cannot be there, that you listen on the radio that will be provided. This shirt that I wear tonight is for sale. It's easy, $20 to support your Gators. All you gotta do is go to their Booster Club page and they have some for sale. Support our youth and our community. If you're a business owner, look at my Facebook page, look at the city's Facebook page, we shared it. You can buy a banner to help put at your business or whatever to support the Gators as they leave. We will be getting more information on their time of departure from Coach High, working with the Booster Club and notifying and working with our police and fire department. But City Hall will be closed, but they will be doing an escort out of the city like they have for years past for championship games, for band competitions, etc., to show our Gator pride. So come on, let's glamour the city with blue and gold, and let's paint the stands blue and gold Friday night in Laurel, Mississippi. We're gonna win, Gators. Chomp, chomp. Mr. Dale, I hate he left. Unfortunately, we have an ordinance how we run the meeting, and I hate he only had 3 minutes, and I hate he left because I wanted to brag on Mr. Dale, because very rarely is you find somebody who will call you, look up your phone number and call you and say, Mayor, I think I got your groceries. The grocery store gave me your groceries on a Friday night. So what a gentleman of Mr. Dale, literally this past Friday night, to pick up the phone, look on my number, to call and say, Mayor, the cashier gave me your groceries. I'll meet you somewhere to pick them up. I mean, that's kudos to Mr. Dale, and he's not here to hear it, but I have thanked him already personally. 2, whoever thought it was so funny to frolic on on Old Spanish Trail today, I hope you find yourself not being seen by anyone. Because if you were seen, and if it's reported to this man right over here to my left, or his staff, you will find yourself before Judge St. Pé, because that is illegal to put things like that in the roadway. We do not put tires that have been littered on our streets. So, you might think it's funny, but it's not funny. Somebody could have got killed or anything if they were speeding or anything on that road and ran and hit those tires. So, instead of making funny Facebook posts, we should call the Gautier PD and notify them, or contact Public Works that we have hazardous material in our roadways. So I want to thank our city staff, H2O, our new service provider, for immediately responding and getting the litter out of the roadway that people thought was funny. And I apologize on behalf of the city of Gautier that former elected officials have to insult a service provider in this city. It is a shame. And I once again welcome you all, and y'all all have done a great job. So with that, I want to thank them. The first week of the job, they had a major water main break in Councilman Gillott's neighborhood. They were Johnny on the spot when it was notified. It's been the first time in many months that we've gotten this communication on social media. Our app, the city app, if you downloaded it, you were getting updates. Facebook was getting updates. The citizen was sharing it on a neighborhood page. It helps with the call volume to our own call, to elected officials, city employees who are off duty that you might know, trying to call and get somebody to help you. Communication was top key, so kudos. And once again, welcome to Gautier. So with that, I will read this email because it's very deserving after they get crucified within 2 weeks on the job on Facebook. To Casey Vaughn, Mayor, City of Gautier. Mayor Vaughn, I wanted to extend my appreciation and thanks to our H2O water services provider for the hard work they completed at my home on Seacliff Drive. On Thursday, November the 16th, I returned home to notice water bubbling up from the ground in my front yard. I immediately called Public Works at 3:30 p.m. And around 15 minutes later, I repeat, 15 minutes later, not an hour, not 2 hours later, 15, the first H2O workers arrived at my address and began digging. Over the course of the next several hours, additional workers arrived on the scene, along with the Public Works Director, to try and isolate and remedy the problem. At times, they worked with only the illumination of cell phone light to try and find the problem. Ultimately, a rusted city pipe was to blame for the water leak, and it had to be repaired. The following day, more repairs were needed, along with a boil water notice for my area. The following Monday, H2O came back and repaired my yard by spreading additional dirt around. Throughout the process, every worker I encountered was friendly, positive-minded, and very hardworking. Please extend my thanks and appreciation to H2O and the Public Works Department for a job well done. Sincerely, Matthew S. Hockett. With that, I want to wish all our city staff, our city manager, her employees, our Public Works service provider, a happy Thanksgiving. Please remember our public safety and our utility service provider, as they will be on call while we're all visiting our family our loved ones, and having a great time, what we're thankful for. So with that, I want to ask each director, I'm going to call on you, to say one positive thing and one thing you're thankful for in your department. We'll start with Ms. Jeancy.
I'm thankful for all the great city employees that we have.
Thank you. Will City Attorney, Mr. Denos?
Yes, sir. I'm also thankful for your city staff and to get to work with this council. And one positive thing, I think, from this last year is that particularly involved me and Ms. Yancey was the belt settlement, which I think will be a very big thing in next year and the year to come.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Chief Bevers?
I'm thankful for the officers that work here, and especially the ones that are stuck working the holidays. Positive, in the past year, we've grown our partnerships with state and federal law enforcement agencies, which has expanded our capabilities of law enforcement agencies that previously we haven't been able to do.
Thank you, Chief Bevers. Ms. Montgomery?
I'm thankful to finally be in FY 2024. My department has finished all the reporting for 2023. I'm very grateful for all my staff. They are top notch. I would like to give a special kudos to Keisha Hill. The public does not know her name, but every employee in the city does know her name. You know her. She handles all our insurance renewal, helps process all that stuff, keeps me from going insane with it. She's been really busy. We've been having civil service promotional tests for the last 2 months with the police and fire department, so she's been trying to keep them straight. She recently did our open enrollments, and she organized the flu shots for the city employees. So she's just one of my people that I would like to be acknowledged by the general public. And also my assistant comptroller, Kara Tapper, who does payroll. Everybody also knows her. She's processed 3 payrolls already this week, just not yours. And 2 of those were on short weeks, and she did everybody's longevity pay, which I know you're extremely grateful for.
Thank you, Ms. Montgomery. And Ms. Hill also don't have any children in our youth football league, but she showed up to support her brother who volunteers to coach a league on Saturday on her day. So kudos to her for supporting our youth. Ms. Morgan.
I am extremely thankful for my staff and how hard they work, especially now this difficult time with the rate increase and the issues that we've been having, but they're troopers and they're really doing the very, very best that they can, and I am super, super proud of them. And on a positive note, we had a very smooth and very good, peaceful, nice, lots of wonderful adjectives, transition with our new public works service contractor. So I'm thankful for them too. Scott and Michael and Brian and the whole team have worked really hard to really have a very strong presence and to help me and the city with anything that they can.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. Fire Chief Latch.
The positive, we won some grants this year. We got a new chainsaw yesterday. We took our picture. We also got some new extrication equipment and stuff. We got some new equipment in today for our driver's training. So we need that really bad later. Thankful for my staff, for all the firefighters. They'll be at the station. Some of them will be able to have their family come and have dinner with them at the stations. They do that on some shifts. Also thankful for the rain. The burn ban is lifted.
Amen. Kudos.
It all happened last night.
When's that new fire truck coming in?
May 1st.
May 1st, okay.
May 1st.
Thank you, Chief Latch. Mr. Ankerson.
Yes, Mayor. I want to start with the road director, but all of us directors, we are all so thankful for our staff. Y'all brag on, the city employees and you know, the directors, but none of us could do what we do without our staff. Our staff is so important, and my staff, I know particularly because of my staff, I mean, my department is full of intelligent people, and many of them could be doing a number of other jobs that could probably even pay more, but they love the city, they're very committed. They're so committed that I won't even have to tell them what was said tonight because probably 99% of them are watching this meeting. Which is probably what I would say if I wanted this meeting.
They're just making sure you don't slip up.
They keep me on my toes, they keep me straight, and I could not do it without them. Positive, and this is also something that I'm very thankful for, and I think that all the directors in the city would agree that we work for the best city manager we could possibly ask for.
Thank you, Mr. Ankerson. I don't think Ms. Bilbo is here for recreation, but I know she's thankful for all her staff and all the volunteerism with the parents or the people volunteering to coach that don't have children out there. And I know she's thankful for all them and all the other departments that volunteer to help her. Ms. Bang in the planning department, Ramona and her staff, Kim and Sam volunteering the mayor's youth council. I know she's grateful for all that, so thank y'all on her behalf. Mr. Seymour with Seymour Engineering, our city engineer, would you like to?
Sure. I'm very thankful for our amphitheater project. We've had good weather, sorry if I repeat, not much rain, and we have a real good contractor that we work with, that they made it real easy. Working with Paula daily on it, it's been a joy. On a positive note, that that's going to be such a positive impact for the city. I'm very, very excited about it. It's a wonderful one.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Mr. Seymour. We appreciate all you do, and we're thankful for you. Okay, H2O, they are our new service provider, as you know, and you've been hearing about them tonight in the meeting. So I will call upon Scott Schenk, the project manager, to say something positive in your first 2 weeks here on the job in Goche.
H2O, grateful for the city staff and the supporters. It means a lot. We're also thankful for our employees that we have that are doing a great job supporting this project. We're excited to serve the needs of the residents of Goche.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you. And also, I want to thank you for supporting the Goche Gators and purchasing a van to wish them good luck on Friday night. So thank y'all again for your partnership. With that being said, as you heard, all the thankfulness and all the positive going on, and I encourage us all to be thankful on Thanksgiving and positive about what we have going on in Goche. Everybody has something going on or issues, but just remember you'll be blessed. As my mother taught me and my grandfather, if you're given lemons, make lemonade. So that's what we're doing, turning lemons into lemonade. So we're going to keep going and enjoy our Thanksgiving holidays, and Goche is going to continue to grow together. That being said, Ms. Yancey, you have any comments? Mr. Danoff, you have any comments?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Montgomery, you have any comments?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a motion to adjourn until December the 5th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Jackson. Do we have a second?
Second. Oh, I can't.
Second by Councilman George. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. And I purposely waited to 7:33 just to